The trial for Richard Mallory's murder began on January 13, 1992, in Volusia County. Wuornos appeared in court with short-cropped hair, shackled, and mostly silent. The prosecution painted her as a calculated predator, not a woman fighting for her life. They introduced evidence that she had robbed Mallory, shot him multiple times, and fled with his car and belongings. Then, they dropped a bombshell. Under Florida's Williams rule, the prosecution was allowed to present evidence from other murders to show a pattern of behavior. Suddenly, jurors weren't just hearing about Mallory, they were hearing about all 6 men. Her public defenders tried to argue that Mallory had raped Wuornos, that she had feared for her life. They brought up his past. Mallory had once served time for attempted sexual assault, but it wasn't enough. There were no signs of a struggle, no injuries to Wuornos, and the robbery weakened her credibility. The jury deliberated for just 2 hours. On January 27, 1992, Aileen Wuornos was found guilty of first-degree murder. 2 days later, she was sentenced to death. She stood in court and said, "I'm sorry I did what I did. I'm sorry I killed that man. I gave him a chance. He could have walked away, but the state wasn't finished." Rather than go through 6 lengthy trials, Wuornos eventually pleaded guilty to 5 additional murders. Each plea came with the same result, another death sentence. Even in court, Wuornos remained unpredictable, sometimes weeping, sometimes raging, sometimes indifferent. To the families of the victims, she often said nothing. As her case gained attention, questions began to swirl. Was Aileen Wuornos mentally ill? Psychiatrists diagnosed her with borderline personality disorder, antisocial personality disorder, and possibly schizophrenia. But the courts found her legally sane, capable of understanding right from wrong. Meanwhile, the media frenzy exploded. Wuornos became a spectacle, America's first modern female serial killer, televised and sensationalized. Her story inspired books, documentaries, and eventually, the film Monster. Aileen Wuornos spent more than 10 years on Florida's death row. Over time, she grew increasingly paranoid and angry. In 2001, she fired her lawyers, stopped all appeals, and demanded to be executed. She told the court, "I'm one who seriously hates human life and would kill again." On October 9, 2002, Aileen Wuornos was executed by lethal injection at Florida State Prison. She was